rematch between these guys. 16-14 in favor of Vexed. Last time we saw these guys face off, and it will be Vexed going onto the terrorist side to start things off. Up against Wind and Rain here on the CT side. Wind and Rain, the work cut out. They've got to get this win on the board. They don't want to be able to contest that first place position, because if Vexed can take this one, they will have that tiebreaker very confidently. And here we go, Vexed starting off strong, getting the first headshot and just blasting onto this A site. We've got Cray trying to hold the position, but he will go down. Manages to take one out. The bomb will be dropped, and a fantastic start for Vexed.
Yeah, an explosive A play comes in. That being said, the retake could still happen, but they don't have the kit. Fry bought a full set of nades rather than going for that diffuser, and Quicks only gets the one. Trade still coming in, but Astro dinked down low. Still the frags come out. Vanity, though, gets them both. He just about holds on for Vexed, but those kills came through incredibly quickly there, and that was closer than I was anticipating, but Vexed do get the win, as you would have expected.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic stuff from Vexed to start things off strong there. Vanity, the last man standing, but did grab himself a CZ, but they're not even going to hold on to that CZ. Oh, I'm sure he's still got it in his inventory, but the AK is coming on through, UMP and a MAC-10 as well. And, well, not too much of a force coming out from Wind and Rain. Some CZs getting some armor as well, but not really over-committing into this round. And we'll see what they can muster up here, whether they can pull out a defense. Obviously, the CZs and that Deagle definitely can make some work happen. We've seen defenses with this kind of buy before.
Yeah, definitely a possibility. However, Vexed do have the 3 AKs to try and deny them. And already, Vexed are grouping up over towards B, where there is currently a 3-man stack and a couple of smokes left to be deployed, one of them already going down. Dancy's also has a second that can go up to buy them some more time, but Vexed still have a minute left. So if this resmoke comes in, they can afford to wait. That being said, Vexed look like they are preparing the push as the CT smoke comes in, as do the terrorist smoke. So here we go, push comes in, and it's already 2 entries. Fry with a good flash gets one back. He does drop the bomb. That gives them a little bit more time. In fact, the bomb goes up on those boxes. That was a little awkward, but Vanity gets it back. And Wind and Rain haven't really been able to rotate, even though Fry bought them a bit of time. Ooh, what I was going to say is that smoke fades. There is a second one behind it, so no chance for Fry.
Doesn't quite find an opportunity there. He will look for an exit, and we'll be able to find it onto Aussie there as well. AK on the ground. Oh, looking to tap. Gets a shot, but can't quite finish it off. And Truth gets the kill in the end with his AK. Link and Cray, last 2 standing, but way, way on the other side of the map. They're not going to even try on this retake. And I think fair enough. Keeping that armor on your side, keeping the upgraded pistols, moving on into round number 3, I think will be very important. And Vexed going to be able to have a bit more of a convincing round win than what we had in round 1. They're going to be able to take those rifles through into the next round, which in terms of the economy, in terms of building that up, 3 AKs that you don't have to rebuy, certainly going to be a boon.
Yeah, certainly a bonus for them, and they get to go for at least the 1 MAC-10 already. Pickles has yet to buy, but he certainly could also follow suit. Goes for the UMP instead, and oh, well, that's just rude.
See you, chickens. Get off of the server. Vex, though, going to be setting up towards that A side to start things off, at least. But a couple splitting over towards Banana as well. Look at this stack from Wind and Rain, though. Here we go, pushing out with the AK, looking for the spray. Can't quite transfer it. Sprite shuts him down. But a MAC-10 coming in strong. Gets one. Looking for a second, but so far just trading kills. And against pistols, you can't really afford to do that.
Yeah, quickly back into a 3-on-3, but the A site is open. So a good response by Vex to realize that A was weak. That being said, Cray is in a sneaky spot here. They might not expect him to be pushed up so soon. He was in towards apartments. Now he comes in towards short. I think he could be spotted here, though, because Vanity is peeking out. Still, no push comes in from Wind and Rain. Cray is just hoping that Pickles peeks, but that's not happening. He's not getting the angle. And as the time ticks down, the push has to come in, but you can see Truth is in position, and Vanity has his teammates back. So there we go. The 3v3 closed out pretty comfortably. And now here comes the buy for Wind and Rain. They get the full rifles, 5 M4A4s. a few nades missing, no defuse kit, and no AWP. So some limitations in the buy. But at the same time, Vexed also look to be sticking with at least one MAC-10 on their side.
Yeah, it has to be said that the lack of defuse kit could be considered a mistake, quite honestly. There was enough money for someone to substitute those grenades for a defuse kit. Just have one on the team could well be the difference maker in a round, but they are just going to commit to buying as much utility as they can work with right here. And we'll see if that's going to be enough for them to defend here. Once again, two players going over towards Banana for the side of Vex, trying to get some pressure going, but in the meantime, the bomb over towards that A side. But definitely still Pickles in a position where he could rotate around towards that B side if a pick comes on through. And we'll have to see because the players are pushing on in here. Ozzy going to be the one on point. Gets a headshot with a MAC-10. Very nice play coming out from him. And that's all he needed just to get that one opener and a lot of information with the SMG. And now that means the rest of his team can start to push in onto the other side. Link gets one, but immediately gets punished. And the bomb will be going down on that A side. Ozzy gets another one. He has more than made up for that SMG buy. He has bringing in the work for his team and even gets a third one with an M4. Ozzy just single-handedly winning the round for his team.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. The MAC-10 managing to shred through the opponents. I mean, Wind and Rain all had Kevlar, but they didn't have helmets. And that somewhat came into play there when Ozzy managed to spray them down. And that means that now Wind and Rain really are going to be on the back foot early into this map. They have got a few pistols brought up, but this round shouldn't be that winnable for them. That being said, Dantes nearly gets the chance for an opening, but the Flames force him back. Goes for the repeat and does get some damage. That's Ozzy down to 58 HP. In the meantime, though, Vex going to group up towards A. Looks like it's going to be a rather quick push again. Having said that, Cray continuing to play into apartments, and because Vex have the rifles, they don't want to push that position. So if they were to wrap towards A, Craig could be in a good spot, and ooh, a really good flash. No kill comes in though. That had to be a frag there, but Ozzy manages to turn it around. This will be a free frag for Cray, but they've already lost the sight. So even though he gets the rifle, the round won't be really that winnable, and that means he's going to just try and save.
Yeah, and T's and CT's basically swapping sides of the map at this point as they all head over towards Apps now, but this should be a pretty comfortable round win for Vexed. And Wind and Rain just going to be looking for some exits right here. You can see Dantes with his deagle hoping for something, but Pickles has found him with his back turned. And you can see Fry just hiding away there in a corner, hoping that somebody tries to escape through Apps with the CZ, but none of the T's are going to be heading that way. And in the meantime, the bomb just ticking away. And you can even see, actually, Vanity starting to lead the charge for his team, but it's Ozzy in terms of frags that's really doing the work. Fry, the only one above 3 kills on the side of Wind and Rain. And, well, 5-0 scoreline. Certainly not pretty for the side of Wind and Rain, but this is a rifle buy round for them. But look at the economy on Vexed already. They're doing so well to start this game off. They've been feeling fantastic, and already a tactical pause coming on through from the side of Wind and Rain. Oh, I assume from the side of Wind and Rain. I'd be very surprised if this is Vex pause in the game.
Yeah, no reason for them to take the pause at this point. Should be Wind and Rain discussing things over. This will be the first round where they likely get a much stronger buy. Potentially with the AWPs, they should get the kit this time around, which will be useful for them because so far they haven't really been able to hold onto those sites too successfully. That being said, they'll also have more nades to work with. So in towards Banana, especially, that could be useful if they get a couple of incendiaries up. Just being able to gain control of Banana early on oftentimes makes a big difference for the CT side. So I'm sure that's something Wind and Rain will be thinking about. And just in general, I'm sure they'll be thinking about how to win those opening fights, because so far it seemed like that's what had been costing them. I mean, that MAC-10 pushing on towards B did a great job at finding the entries, and that's something that is going to need to be stopped.
Yeah, you can't let Ozzy just run away with rounds like that, just blasting onto the site, finding those headshots with the SMG, and just the sheer amount of money that he's able to pull out of those kills as well. The fact that he was able to turn it into a hat-trick with an M4 stolen out of the cold hands of his opponent. And now look at this aggressive push coming out, but they're going to be shut down by Fry. Only one kill coming through for him as it's traded. In the meantime, Dances did get one, but flashed and taken down. Truth with a second one. That molly will slow things down as Astro finds one. Pickles very low on HP. Just one singular bullet from Astro would do the trick, but Cray is going to be sneaking onto the scene, and he'll be the one to find the headshot. Nice defense from Wind and Rain, slowing that push down and taking around for themselves.
Yeah, and we said that the nades can make the difference, and it said at the end of the round there that Astro did 240 damage with his nades. So clearly they did make a massive difference into that round. And now, yet again, they have the full utility pretty much. Astro just missing the one nade, as well as the AWP into the hands of Dancies. I said in the past he can be a flashy player. He's already trying to go for the peak, but no T's peeking in towards him as of yet. That Molotov obscuring his vision slightly. However, the deep smoke will obscure his vision more. See Quicks on the other side there getting dangerously close with his AWP, but won't be any damage done early into the round. Both teams just holding back. However, with the AWP alone over towards Banana, the rotate has come in towards A, so they feel confident with Dancies to just lock down that one angle. If he were to fall, then the round could be completely lost, but that doesn't look likely because Vexed are lining up the A play where there is a 4-man stack.
This could be a huge round for Wind and Rain if they can win this second one in a row. Fry just waiting to drop that utility. Link full blinded here, but Fry starting off strong, gets 3 for himself. Link finds 2. That was absolutely perfect from Wind and Rain. They lost Astro, but in the grand scheme of things, that round was so important. And for 2 players to just pop off like that, use those grenades correctly, and manage to annihilate the Vex push is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, and just winning the round so dominantly, massively useful as well to build up their money. It's Vexed now who have, I mean, not a bad buy. They're still going to have full rifles, but slightly less money in the bank. And yeah, just in terms of confidence, you can see it's going to be a pause coming in now, I assume, from the Vexed side. So because they got so shut down, they decide to take this.
This one is going to be a technical pause as opposed to tactical. So we'll see. We'll hopefully be able to get something through from production on what's going on. I assume someone disconnected from the server, perhaps, or maybe just someone having a couple of headset issues or something along those lines. I'll have to see. So far, Wind and Rain managing to pull themselves back into this one. Vex had a very, very convincing start. 5 rounds in a row, but then Wind and Rain managing to defend twice. And that second one's so important, avoiding that reset, that harsh reset, especially when you're on the CT side. That loss bonus being snagged away from you can just be absolutely devastating. And honestly, when they get 5 in a row and then you lose your loss bonus, that's probably worst case scenario from that CT side. But here we go. Looks like the technical issues have been resolved, and now Vexed once again going for a full AK buy here. But they are now up against Dancy's AWP as well as rifles across the rest of the board. This is a full buy round for both squads.
Yeah, I thought Vanity might have been wanting to drop the AWP for Quicks, but that doesn't come through. He would have had the money, but he may have missed some nades because of it. Instead, we're going to see Vanity go into apartments with his AK early into the round, and we will see some ground gained by Vexed. Yeah. We've seen them go for the quick plays in the past. That top mid push didn't really work well for them, but they could try the same again, and in this round, it would be successful. It looks like Wind and Rain have taken a bit of a gamble towards B, and I don't think Vexed have really gone for any presence towards Banana, so this must just be a read from Wind and Rain that's gone slightly wrong here. Yeah,
this could be huge. If Cray and Link can live up to the hype, I guess, if they can land their shots, it could still be a massive round for Wind and Rain, but a lot of pressure is resting on their shoulders right now. They're going to be calling to their team that the push is coming on through. Full blinded, though. It's going to be Aussie to start it. Aussie to take both of their heads clean off of their shoulders. The bomb will go down on the A site, and well, Wind and Rain already have to scatter. That is going to be a disastrous round from them. Aussie once again just single-handedly taking a round for Vexed.
Yeah, I was talking a little bit about Aussie in the pre-game, that he's been on point throughout the Prem so far, and that is looking to continue. It's Vexed who will get their 6th on the board, and already Quicks is looking to hunt the opponents down. Dancies has that AWP that he's looking to save, and I'm sure Quicks would be hoping to recover that one, but Dancies is locked in on this position. That was a weird shot, though. Dancies doesn't connect, takes a lot of damage. And despite the damage being done, no kills come through as of yet. Don't know if Quips can push up quickly enough. Oh, Vanity gets the kill. That's the AWP drop. They're not going to be able to recover that one. So, yeah, the one sniper lost out of the round. I mean, Link can still drop one over, but, yeah, kind of rough there to lose the one AWP as the only rifle that gets dropped.
Third pause of the game already. This one's, again, technical here. But you're absolutely right. Devastating economic damage. That singular bullet taking $5,000 essentially away from the side of Wind and Rain. Phenomenal round from Vexed. They once again get on top of the situation. We're 8 rounds in now, and Vexed have been looking incredibly strong. We'll see if they can keep this performance up, though. Obviously, in case you missed it towards the start of this, we were talking about last time these two teams matched up. Vexed managed to win this map 16-14. Last time these two matched up in the Premiership. You get 2 best of 1s against each opponent in your group here in the Premiership. This is the rematch, essentially, for Wind and Rain. And so far, not off to the greatest of starts. But there's still time for them to turn this one around. They are on that CT side. We'll see if they can make things happen.
Well, so far, there's been a chicken in each one of these cinematics. Is there a chicken here? Am I blind? I see the fish.
There are some goldfish.
I mean,
often referred to as the chicken of the sea.
Yeah, maybe it's just an animal theme. There we go. There's that chicken again. He's been having a very slow walk. I remember last technical pause, he was all the way back in towards short. He's getting to the site though. Do you think the chicken's going to get the bomb down?
I don't know. We'll have to see. With Wind and Rain's defense so far, yeah, probably. Seems pretty likely. We'll have to see though. Just toddling around. Certainly, a convincing start to this one. Technical issues, unfortunately, plaguing the two teams. This is our second technical pause already. We'll have to see whether the players can get these resolved. I think technical pauses are one of the most frustrating things for players to deal with in a match like this, because it throws you off of your game. Imagine if you're a Wind and Rain player right now. You manage to get 2 rounds on the board, and then you just lose your AWP, and then suddenly technical issue, game gets paused. Any momentum that you did have, any kind of situation is like, it's all gone away from you now. So you have to just kind of regroup again and hope that once this technical pause is done with, once you're getting back into the game, that you're mentally ready to jump back into the game. And although, to be honest, for Wind and Rain, maybe this is a good pause for them. Maybe it gives them an opportunity to just kind of reset, get their head back in the right sort of headspace and be able to jump on the map, getting those headshots and you know, managing to get better results on the board, because so far it's not looked fantastic for them.
Yeah, at the same time though, Vexed also get a chance to discuss things, and for their T side that can be quite important, just so that they know exactly what they want to do. And I mean, as always with Counter-Strike, with any video game really, like there's so many things that can go wrong. Like just someone's mouse breaking, like you can't account for that. It's going to happen sometimes, and then that's a whole thing that has to be fixed. So if anything, I'm kind of surprised we don't see more technical pauses. Generally we're pretty good for them, but a little bit of an issue this time around. So we will just be waiting patiently to get back underway. As you were saying though, Wind and Rain are kind of the ones that will, I'm sure, be feeling under pressure here. I mean, they need to make sure this doesn't sort of affect them in any way, because they are already 6-2 behind. They should know that they can very well compete with Vex from that previous game. So they just need to make sure they know that they can, you know, still come back into this game. It's only 6-2. It's not a massive deficit to overcome, and still very, very doable for them. Still very early into this matchup.
Yeah. I mean, we have to bear in mind as well, so far, Wind and Rain, when they have been losing rounds, when they lose control of the A side or the B side, they haven't really been committing too hard to the retake either. So they're not actually doing too bad in terms of money. They're not just losing lives for the sake of losing lives in these rounds. So quite important there that they are able to just keep a little bit of extra cash, and even just a singular rifle. Every single one of those rifles, every single bit of armor that they save does count in the future rounds. So good calculated play coming out from Wind and Rain just to make sure that they don't fall too far behind. Apparently we're about a minute away from jumping back on into the map again. But I'm curious to see what Wind and Rain have to pull out here, because they need to get a round on the board again. They need to start to get things rolling. Obviously, when they stacked towards B, that was a phenomenal round for them. Instantly just winning the round on that push. But it was a little bit lucky, honestly, the fact that they stacked B and then everybody from the T side just charges down mid towards B. That's an easy round for you when you've got stacked players there. Maybe they need to find another nice read like that, just kind of come out lucky and then find that economic advantage to snowball the game with.
Yeah, and it's much easier to make those reads when you have the information, so that's something I'm sure they will be looking for, especially if they can get that AWP out. I think that's something they should be able to afford, if I remember the money correctly. So the AWP can try and peek early on, and even if you don't spot anyone out, you get some info. So we'll have to wait and see what's on the menu here. Because there's a menu on the screen, get it? What's on the menu for this round?
Nice.
Looks like it's chicken.
Yeah.
Walking into a wall, of course.
Strutting his stuff right there. Rifles across the board, though. No snipers whatsoever. It's a very possible round for Wind and Rain. As long as they can play this one safe, not lose too much here. 4 players stacked towards this B side, though. For the side of X, smoke coming down. We'll see if they push aggressively here through that smoke. Dances wants to make a play. Oh, look at this defense coming on through. Dances gets 2, so does Fry. And Quick suddenly all on his own. He's going to push aggressively himself. He wants to make things happen. Finds the headshot onto Dances himself. That molly will push him back. But Quicks, the entire world on his shoulders right now. 21 HP to work with, and he's got the bomb, but he's going to be found by Cray here. And that is going to be a simple round for Wind and Rain. Turns out the best defense is a good offense.
Yeah, quite risky there to go for that push, considering they only had 2 players in towards Banana. Normally you'd want the third there, maybe just for the third player to line up a flash for you, but credit to both Fry and Dances. They managed to get 2 kills each, and even though, you know, they had to kind of throw the nades for themselves, it still worked for them. In particular, Dances getting flashed in for the initial fights. And now, because that previous aggression worked out, Wind and Rain will play much more passively towards B, assuming that Vexed will be much more prepared for that into this round. In the meantime, though, Vexed are going to go over towards apartments. We haven't really seen Wind and Rain compete for that apartments control so far, generally because they've had those rifles, and you can see Quicks here with the MAC-10 would want to take some close-range engagements. That could be an option as well, because if Cray isn't careful, he could be going down, but it looks like he has now fallen off. There goes the smoke as well, but Quicks could be lining up the push. He has got the MAC-10 out, but he goes the wrong way. Cray now hears the steps, doesn't commit to the peak, but he gets the information at least.
Quicks is like a ghost.
I know, right?
Sneaks through the smoke. Nobody even notices. Cray doesn't know what he saw. He can't believe his eyes. It's a glitch in the Matrix. We'll see. I'm sure he got the information, but he might have just been deafened by that flashbang and the smoke blooming. I'm pretty sure he did hear it go through, though. So many players towards A here. Quicks will get tagged by that molly slightly. Astro wants to go for the peak. Will spot the play. Doesn't quite finish it, but Link does follow up. Cray gets one in the meantime. Gets 2, in fact, but Pickles shuts him down. 2 versus 4 now. But only 2 CTs on the plant right now. Bomb will go down. Let's see what Pickles and Vanity can do to hold on to this site. Fry trying to get into position, waiting for the rest of the CTs to rotate on through. Look at this push coming out from Vanity here. He will get shut down. And Pickles falls as well. Link with a nice 2K, and that will be the defense coming through from Wind and Rain.
Yeah, unfortunately for Vex, they used all their nades there getting towards the site, so they didn't have any left. I think a 2v4 there would have been at least doable if they'd have had a smoke maybe or a Molotov just to slow things down, but that didn't come through. It was also worth mentioning that... ooh, nice little chick cam. Nice. Does that chicken have eyes? Where are they?
Doesn't feel like it to me.
I mean, I think...
Feel like it.
I think it... Maybe... I don't know. I don't really know what I've just witnessed. Either way, as I was kind of saying, I think they're... Wind and Rain, they had the utility, but it's actually quite hard to get those incendiaries into the correct places on that retake. So it wasn't even going to be easy if the opponents had nades, but oh, hello, Spray comes in.
No!
I love that angle. That is coming in the new Inferno, and it will allow Cray the opening. Aussie doesn't even get to see anyone except his teammates in this round. And that's never fun.
Craig cannot believe his luck on that one. Obviously, he saw the molly coming through, and he saw a bit of utility that gave him that information. But to find the kill so easily, he's going to be very pleased. Cray actually found a second one as well, but Quicks did trade it in the end. Oh, Astro not very quick on the reactions, and Pickle shuts him down for it. 3 versus 3 now. But the hand cannons gonna come out strong. Pickles getting another one. And now Fry rotating over towards this A side, but look at the terrorists. Just as Wind and Rain start to go towards the A side, everyone from Vexed heads towards B. Oh, but the double fake. They can't decide where to go with this one. And it's split up the side of Wind and Rain. They have rifles, but they're against so many players here. Armor in the back pockets right now. Fry with a lot of work to do. Finds one. Looks for a second. This could be the 3K to take the round, but no. Quicks takes him down in the end. The rotation will come through from Dances, but the bomb eventually will be planted. And now, 1 versus 1. Quicks versus Dances, and he's got the rifles. It is going to be Quicks with 3, and he's going to be able to take the round for Vexed.
Just about good enough for Vexed. To be honest, either side they could have gone towards and had a pretty similar position where they had a 3 versus 1 because Wind and Rain decided to split apart there. That was a risk from Wind and Rain because the refrags couldn't come through, but the other option is to just give up a site, which is an even bigger risk to take. So you see there, on the initial hold, the damage was done, but Dances can't win out the final fight, and that means that Vex now have a pretty good chance here. Nade comes in though, Dances down to 40 HP. He's finally got that AWP out, but taking a lot of damage early on will be a little bit awkward for him. That being said, Wind and Rain, as it stands, have 3 players towards B, so they will be confident they can hold this off, and we could see a boost come in for Dances if he gets here in time, but I think the smoke will soon fade, and Astro could be flashed in instead.
To see what happens here. Smoke going to come through instead, not going to go for the flash just yet, just trying to buy time for now. There is a flash as Ozzy re-peeks. Oh, tagged through the wall. 49 now remaining. Trying to land that headshot, but it's Ozzy who takes the kill in the end. Nice play coming out from him. And Ozzy has been an absolute standout across the course of this map so far. Now, Banana absolutely stacked with terrorists. Vexed looking to make a push onto this B site. 3 CTs over on the other side of the map, but Dances does find one to start off the round. Looking for a second, and he will be able to find it. Fantastic AWP play coming out from Dances. Trying to make things happen here for Wind and Rain, trying to close the gap. The rest of the CTs starting to head over towards that side of the map as Link is going to be on the flank, but it's Vanity to take this kill and hold down the site.
Yeah, Dances still has that AWP in play, but Vexed are unlikely to be peeking up too aggressively. They currently have Banana control, and that is the main thing they were looking for. That kill comes through as well, so Ozzy locks that position down, and now they have great spots to watch the bomb. I don't think Wind and Rain can do anything here, and they agree with me. They're going to try and save what they can. Dances gets the one, but oh, Pickles lines them up. 2 dead bodies right behind each other. Ooh, the AWP not saved at the end there. I think that's fine considering Wind and Rain will be on pistols, and on the T side you don't need that AWP anyway, so if in doubt, don't save the AWP there. Make sure that you are in as good a shape as possible against what is going to be a very, very minimal investment from Wind and Rain. Literally $300 spent. That's going to go towards Link's P250, but should be easy for Vexed. And, well, we thought this game was going to be close, but as it stands, Vexed looking to come out to a pretty convincing lead right now.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see Vex play this round pretty fast and loose as well with those MAC-10s coming on through. I think deciding that they just don't need that sniper. They want rifles, they want SMGs, they want to be able to really take these fights, and Quicks will be the first one to do so. Getting one. Truth chimes in as well. The USP is coming on through, trying to land those headshots, but not really going to be able to do the damage right there. Quicks will finish him off with the MAC-10 as well, and Link finds himself all alone. Nowhere to go with this one. P250, so he can take a close-range headshot to win out a duel here. If Pickles does peek, that could be his downfall. I think he heard that footstep, though. Link going to be running over towards that B site. Ozzy will punish him for it. Nice communication from the team. And that is a clean, clean round for Vexed.
Now they have a bit of a decision to make on the Vex side because it's round 14. We're very late into the half, and they can decide whether or not they want to keep those MAC-10s. In the meantime, the chicken just playing around, doing some gardening there, keeping up on the flowers. Hopefully not eating the flowers, because it looked like someone was putting in a lot of work to keep those well kept. Unless it was the chicken.
Do you want to know a secret?
What?
It's actually just computer graphics. No one
What?
tends those flowers. They're immortal. Unlike Wind and Rain's win record, as Vexed still looking to keep up their flawless performance in the Premiership. 5 rounds up, looking to make it 6 if they can make this one happen. Oh, it's Cray to start things off though as Ozzy goes down, and Ozzy has been the star player for Vexed. That could be a really key component for a Wind and Rain round right here.
Yeah, Vex decided to keep the MAC-10s, even though they could have upgraded. And already, the MAC-10s are the ones who have taken the early damage. Ozzy has gone down, and Quix is also low on health. In comes Astro. Oh, nearly the double, but only the 1 kill for him, because Link is on the site, but not for much longer. Pickles making the difference this time around, brings it back to a 2v2. And again, Wind and Rain are forced into a retake. This time it is a much more doable one. However, we haven't seen them be that successful on these retakes in the past. So without the defuse kit, this could still be a problem for them.
Still just have to take those duels against AKs, which is not a fun situation, but 2v1 they're able to make it happen. Fry getting the kill for himself, and now Quix, not much HP to work with. But he's been on point so far this game. Fry, he knows where he is, gonna look for the spray. Tags both of them, but couldn't finish off either of those kills. The defuse will come on through here for Dancies, and Wind and Rain get a 5th on the board. They could look for 6 here, and that wouldn't be too bad of a first half if they can get up to that 6th round on the CT side. But Vexed, they've still got money in their pockets. They're still able to fully buy up in this round. Still got plenty of utility to work with. But on the side of Wind and Rain, it's going to be a pretty decent buy for them as well. Link not quite purchasing everything, you know, missing a couple of grenades across the board, but still a good buy to work with. Still got a couple of AKs, still got M4s.
I'm surprised they didn't save the AWP at the end of the previous round there, but they have got the rifles out, and yeah, 3B stack doesn't spot anyone out. They're going to try and rotate back, and they should be able to in time, because Wind and Rain have used quite a lot of their nades early just to make sure they don't get overwhelmed on A. So that ensures that Astro can get back in position, and it's a good thing they did use those nades early on, because they've done some damage as well as allowed 3 players to be on A. That being said, Astro needs to watch A long right now. They're already pushed out, and he did not seem aware of that.
Vex with a very nice rotation there, but it's going to be Link on defense here. Cray chimes in as well. Getting 2 for himself as Quix punishes him for that one, and Pickles pushes on forward. 2v2 now, but the terrorists are tagged pretty heavily. They're going to be able to get the bomb down, but once again, the retake will be coming on through. Fry and Dancy's trying to make this one happen. They've both got AKs, singular bullets to the head. Will finish this round off, but only 51 HP on either of these CTs. That AWP could be the difference maker, though. Quix needs to be huge here. Pickles has been a massive player as well. Full blind coming on through, and that is going to be 1 kill. Looking for a second, can't find the spray, and Quix actually finds one. Oh no, just misses the shot, 11 HP. This is such a close duel between the 2 players. Neither of them able to land any shots here. Quix just has to wait for the defuse, has to play this one safe. Here we go, Dancy's pushing in with the USB, will find the shot. Can he find the defuse, though? It's going to be a close one. I think he's just about got it. He's got it in the end. That was milliseconds. 0.2 seconds remaining on the defuse. And in the end, it's a 9-6 half. Wind and Rain salvaging the first half of the game.
Yeah, very, very intense final round there. But as you said, they get their 6th on the board. And as you also said earlier, not a bad CT half for them, but I think Vexed will still be the happier of the 2 teams heading into the second half. They've got the lead, and especially if they win the pistol round, they can put themselves into a good position to close this out. So we'll see how that comes into play. But overall, it certainly seemed as though Wind and Rain, after we saw those sort of technical pauses coming in, they managed to up their game. They managed to slowly but surely build their way back. And if we see that trend continue, then this could be another very, very close affair. As you said, the last one went to 30 rounds. Could be seeing the same here again. It's just all up to how the second half plays out. And with what we saw from Wind and Rain, they were willing to go for some aggressive pushes on their CT side. So you could very well see that heading into their T half.
We saw a very quick start to the game coming out from Vexed on that T side. We'll see if Wind and Rain will answer with a similar style, going for those very aggressive pushes towards the start of the game. But with a 9-6 scoreline, Wind and Rain have a huge opportunity here. If they can win that pistol and win the subsequent rounds, they can tie this game up and really put themselves in a phenomenal spot to really make things happen and to really, you know, build up that confidence, build up that economy, and hopefully build up a few rounds off the back of it. But Vexed have been looking fantastic so far in this game. We've seen really, really solid plays coming out. And honestly, just in terms of the aim itself, just finding those headshots, being able to maintain composure in these duels. And honestly, one thing we've seen out of both of these teams is these players are very, very happy to just take those aim duels to try and find those 1v1 situations and prove themselves over their opponents.
Yeah, and we've certainly seen some excellent play coming in from Vex there on their T side. Just in general, it seemed like they didn't go for anything too fancy. They generally just kind of stuck together as a team, and as you said, in part, it was mainly them taking some aim fights early into the round. So they didn't go for anything too crazy tactically, but they just made sure that they got the trades going. I mean, a lot of the time, they managed to just get even trades when they were pushing the site, but that's enough to give you the advantage if you can get the bomb down, if you still have a little bit of utility left. And we saw time and time again the retakes either not even being attempted, or a couple of times the retakes being attempted but being lost. It was only really at the end there they managed to get it going. Either way, here we go. I think we should be ready to head underway into this all-important second half. We have this one billed as the matchup of the day. Let's see if it can deliver as we head into the second half.
This is certainly going to be a tricky one now. We said going into this one that, honestly, on paper, this should be a very even matchup, and so far it has proved to be so. 9-6 in favor of Vexed, but now on the CT side, we'll see if they can maintain their composure and keep that kind of score. Dancy and Truth just trying to get long shots on one another, but neither one going to be able to connect a shot. Just trying to get some information here. 4 members stacked towards that B side from Wind and Rain. We'll see if they are going to push onto that site. But look at this rotation coming out from Quicks and Aussie.
Well, Quicks has actually just found a kill there on towards the only player on the other side of the map. So that leaves Wind and Rain in a fairly pressured position where they only have banana control. They're going to go for the push, but Truth picks his opponent out of the air. Link taken down quickly, and Truth gets a second. Both Quicks and Truth find double kills each. Fry has actually got a couple of kills back. He currently has a free path to the A-bomb site. Truth is attempting to cut that one off, and we have seen him already land some shots. Let's see if he can get another here. It looks like Fry should get on the site, spots the opponent out. Out goes the Glock, but Truth repositions. So the bomb will just go down, and Fry needs the ace.
That was a beautiful first shot coming out from Truth. Just snatches that kill out of thin air, quite literally. But now trying to get this retake. Fry already has 3 kills for himself. He could look for the solo ace right here if he can make this happen. Truth going to be rotating around. First one goes down. Can Fry pull this one out of the bag? Looks for Pickles, gets the ace. And Wind and Rain win the pistol.
Well then, Wind and Rain not giving up just yet. All thanks to Fry. I mean, those 2 kills in towards Banana previously came through very, very quickly as well. And he realized he needed to make a play to give himself some breathing room. That allowed him to then get all the way over towards A and then really start to try and get into an advantageous position. And now it's Vexed who just have pistols to play with. We will see only the 1 AK on the Wind and Rain side, but the SMGs should still be capable alongside the single Galil. And the 1 AK, of course, is in the hands of Fry because he got extra money for all of those kills. He will go in towards Banana early on, but the rest of Wind and Rain just going to be spreading out, holding back, and seeing if Vexed go for any pushes.
We'll see if Vexed do play aggressively here, but you would hope that they'll just be holding those angles. If anyone does go for any kind of push, you don't want it to be someone like Truth or Vanity with that deagle. Look for a headshot at long range, see if you can find someone with a MAC-10 out of position and just take one to the skull. But so far, just playing it very, very safe, letting the terrorists come to them. And I think that is the right decision here. But with SMGs in Dancy's, Astro, and Link's hands, definitely can make some very close-range, fast, aggressive plays. Looks like that might be what's being cooked up here over towards the B side. Here we go. Astro pushing on in, but the CZ coming out true. Dinks Cray as well, but he's the one to get the kill. Dancy's with one as well. Now they're onto the site, but we do have a player here. Quicks with the CZ. Will be able to find one for himself and gets away with his life. Now retreating back onto the site once more. And it's going to be Quicks with a second one. This is a phenomenal defense from a singular player right now. The rest of the team starting to barrel on in as well. Link looks to punish this player, but the CZ comes out true. Quicks holding onto their site with a 4th kill as well. This is a half with a lot of highlights, apparently.
Well, 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 the CZ does play up. I was going to say the CZs, but it was really just Quicks there doing all the damage. And now it is Wind and Rain's turn to see if they can get the CZs to work for them. But on the T side, it's a bit more difficult to find those advantageous fights. We also did see Vexed have a bit of a stack towards the correct site, but really they didn't have a massive stack there. I think it was only 3 players, so not anything crazy coming in terms of a read, just really one player stepping up. And sometimes that is all you need. But this time around, Truth is boosted up. CZs are going to struggle to find the fight at that range, especially as the smoke comes in, but he decides to fall back. That means Quicks is alone towards mid. If a flash were to come through, he could have been in trouble, but that means he's just going to decide to fall back. And yeah, Cray just keeping some presence towards Banana. I thought Wind and Rain were going to commit to the A play, but they don't seem decided just yet.
Yeah, not wanting to push through that smoke. Fair enough from them, not wanting to make anything too crazy happen. And we'll see what the answer will be from Vexed here. Molly does come on through, and Link finds himself all alone. Really nice Molly from Quicks to separate him from the rest of his team. That means he goes down. Quicks actually gets a second one as well. Just complete mid-control from that player. Quicks has had a phenomenal half so far. We're only 3 rounds in. Now Flash has come on through. It's going to be Ozzy to pick that one up in the end. Vanity did all the damage, and Ozzy finished it off. That could be the story of this entire half here. Quicks with another. Ozzy takes that one as well. Oh, wow. What a quick defense coming out from Vex. Once the push comes on through, it is shut down immediately. And Quicks now with 20 kills to his name. Only 11 deaths. Phenomenal stuff coming out from him. And with Wind and Rain managing to take that pistol, Fry getting a single-handed ace to do it as well. Vex now just in complete control of the half. I don't really know what went wrong for Wind and Rain. What? What?
What?
What just happened?
That's an ace. Yep.
In case Quicks didn't need any more kills, he had 20. Gets 5 with a single grenade. I don't know. Did I just miss-see that? That can't have been 5 with 1 grenade. It can't.
I think he got 1 with the AK. I don't think I've ever seen that. Like, what?
I wish so bad that we could have seen that one. I mean, you can't really... Like, how do you ever predict that that is going to happen? But oh my goodness.
Well, I guess we have to get back into the action. At least that was only the eco that got absolutely annihilated. We're going to be back into the buy.
Kobe would be proud.
Oh, yeah. Kobe never got a 4-pointer.
Yeah. 5-pointer.
Yeah, pretty much. Push comes
Here
out.
we go.
Yeah, Pickles already gets 1. Trade comes out from Link with the AK. Quicks is on the site. Ooh, Link takes him down, though. Very good trades coming in from Wind and Rain. And Vexed already looking tentative on this retake, considering Wind and Rain have good positions.
AK's in hand for Wind and Rain, and with everybody set up on this bomb site, should be a very difficult retake for the likes of Vex, but with how they have been playing, certainly still possible. Quicks has gone down though, and he's definitely been the highlight player of the half. Now smoke's coming on through. Ozzy deciding not committing to that one. Vanity does get a headshot for himself. Now 3 versus 3. Starting to run out of time though. I would expect the Vex players just to back away from this one in the end. Maybe just look for exit frags. But Ozzy actually just going to throw out a molly there, just trying to find something. Truth actually getting a couple. It is going to be a terrorist round, but really, really nice play coming out from Vex just to deny any kind of escapes, get a lot of exits there, and really hurt the economy of Wind and Rain.
Yeah, that's pretty much as good as Vex could have done, considering the round was already lost. They managed to force Wind and Rain back down to an awful position. That's so quick. That was such, like, the replay lasted like 1 second because it was just that quick. Oh my god.
Literally just, yeah, I mean, obviously it must have been a double grenade down mid there, and just to getting a singular extra shot in, as they were trying to rush down Banana, I think, I guess, or maybe just trying to rush down mid, but just absolutely annihilated.
Well, now Wind and Rain, sorry, don't get that good of a buy. That Incendiary in towards Pit certainly helping with that. Ooh. Ooh, we got, what is this? We got some
ESL.pm/chicken versus pigeon. I'm actually going to check that link out on my phone right now. I want to see what that's all about. Poultry Pride, chicken versus pigeon. We want to know who you are voting for in the war to end all wars. Here we go, though. Vexed versus Wind and Rain. Once again, 12-8 now, as Vexed have been looking phenomenal across the course of this game. But Wind and Rain not too far behind. Vanity, so many grenade kills this game. Truth going to be able to get one with his M4 as well. And Vexed already looking phenomenal in this round.
Yeah, the confidence really starting to show with that push coming in from Truth. Some damage done in reply, but nothing considerable. Wind and Rain, however, looking to back off over towards A. That looks like it's the correct call, because as it stands, it's only Truth and Pickles in position. But Wind and Rain aren't necessarily going to commit to either side of the map just yet. They were just sort of assessing their options. And now with a little over a minute left on the clock, they will go back in towards Banana. It is Aussie and Vanity on the other side of things, looking to hold off this push that looks to be coming in shortly. Wind and Rain need a clean pick here, and there it is. Dances gets that opening. Vanity going to find one back. The trade needs to come through. He is just standing behind the pillar, just playing for time here. Vanity does go down, but he's allowed the rotate to come through. And that means that Vexed are in position for this retake. In fact, the bomb only just now going down.
Yeah, and a Molly will go in towards the back of the side, but Dantes finds a nice little kill there onto Truth, but Pickles answers it. It's all on Fry. He's already clutched one round, looking for the spray, both so low, but the bullets just don't land. This will be a defuse coming on through for the side of Vex, but it was a narrow cut defuse in the end. 13 rounds on the board. Vexed managing to push this one towards a victory. This was the result we saw last time. It was 16-14 towards Vexed. But this time around, a 5-round margin in their favor. They are looking fantastic. And honestly, they've had so many highlight plays across the course of this game. But Quicks has been absolutely the MVP for them.
And Quicks has a good spawn for mid, so he could see the peak come in with the AWP. Not quite going to go fully out into the open, but the peak may come in towards him. Oh, no! I mean, he manages to live, but Truth will fall.
Come on, mate. Don't be like that, Truth.
Oh, wow. Dancy's in the middle of the flames, gets the shot through. All of a sudden, there's a realistic chance here. I mean, the rotate is coming in, but Wind and Rain slow it down.
Miscommunication right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely ruins the round for Vexed. Quicks easily could have got the shot there, but he is punished alongside Truth just because they didn't communicate the peaks right there. That is so unfortunate. And that has opened the map up for Wind and Rain, but Aussie, he's not a fan of that. He wants to shut down the bomb carrier. They know where the bomb is, but Fry will find himself another headshot. 3 versus 2. The pistols are all that Wind and Rain have, but they've found a couple of rifles to work with off the off the bodies there. Pickles finds one, looking for another as well. Look at that. Dances goes down. Suddenly, Cray finds himself all alone. He does have a rifle, though. This is still very possible, and Pickles doesn't know where he is just yet. This should be a nice, easy kill. No, doesn't get the shot. Ooh, finally gets that kill in the end and doesn't even take a bullet back. So Cray actually has his work cut out now. That's going to be... Oh, in fact, no, it was Cray that managed to get the kill in the end. Vanity has to rotate. Not going to plant the bomb just yet. Calling Vanity's bluff. And Vanity not willing to commit to either site. Doesn't know where that bomb is.
Time, though, is certainly against Cray now with 15 seconds. He's going to go for the plant. He plants as safely as possible, and Vanity takes the time to push forwards. You should be aware that Cray is likely still on the site. Cray is going to take the fight here. Oh, the timing is awful. He turns his back just at the wrong time, and that means Vanity gets an easy one-on-one win. He even gets to save the AWP at the end, and it just seems like everything is going right for Vexed. Even when Wind and Rain take it close, at the end of the round, they get a little bit fortunate to be able to win it out. But there you go. Vanity gets the clutch through, and Wind and Rain grasping at straws now. They are 6 rounds behind, and they're going to need to pull this one back.
Womp womp. Oh dear. Not a pretty situation. Well, it doesn't matter too much for them, even though they had a little bit of a misplay there. We're going to poke a little bit of fun at them, but they're still 6 rounds in the lead, and they're still 2 away from taking back-to-back maps against Wind and Rain. Link going to start the round off strong, though. Look at this push from Truth. It's Ozzy, though, who's going to come up strong, looking for another one as well. Ozzy with 3 kills in the round already. Astro just sneaking around the sewers. He doesn't know where to go with himself. Fry will be able to find one. Tries to spin it around, but Quick shuts him down with a CZ. And well, Astro, he's left all alone. Ooh. Gets a free kill, though. He's going to be happy with that one. Maybe can find Quicks. As he... Oh, no. His keyboard disconnected. Feels bad, man.
He didn't even move his mouse either, so... I don't know. His
PC turned off.
Gone. Yeah. Oh, he's back now.
Cat bit the modem.
Who knows?
Attack of the pigeons. Hashtag vote chicken.
Anything is possible.
15-8, though. There's going to be the scoreline now. And this is looking like a Vexed game. We need to see some kind of miracle, some kind of Hail Mary play come through for Wind and Rain if they want to get a shoe-in on this match, if they want to keep themselves alive, if they want to fight for that second place position here at the Premiership, or in fact for the first place position. Vexed could well keep their flawless record alive. It's going to be Pickles, the first one in the combat right here. Does get flashed, and Fry takes a kill with the CZ. Astro pushing forward, but it's Fry that takes 2. And now the defense from Quicks. Doesn't actually land the shot, and he's going to be punished by Dances. This is phenomenal from Wind and Rain. Vanity and Ozzy trying to rotate round towards the site, but the bomb is already down. Everybody's in position, and 3 rifles have been stolen away here by Wind and Rain. Vexed are going to go for the retake, though, or at least go for some exits. They've even found themselves a nice little AWP, and I think that's all they're going to look for.
At least the one upgrade, but finally Wind and Rain get a pretty quick push on towards A, and it goes their way. They get another round win. They're 9th on the board. That being said, they can still only play for overtime, and even that still seems unlikely, especially because I believe Vexed have won a fair few of the rounds recently. A few of them have been close, so we'll have to see exactly what their money looks like. But with the 2 saved guns, yeah, they will just about have a good enough buy, but their money's certainly not as strong as they would have hoped, considering how many rounds they have won on their CT side. That being said, Quicks gets the AWP into his hands. He has got 27 kills already. We're looking to extend that margin even further. That AWP again going out towards A, and it might go for the peek in towards mid. This time there's no teammate in front of him, so he has got free vision down mid, but this time Wind and Rain won't fight him. They get it smoked off, and no real action early on.
See what Wind and Rain can do here. Can they net themselves a second round? If they can, they could potentially start the snowball required to pull off some kind of miracle comeback. Still an absolute mountain to climb, though, if they want to make that happen. But anything is possible. Vexed still feeling strong, though. AWP in hands of Quicks, but it's Ozzy who could be the first one to take on players here. Got Cray and Fry both waiting in the wings on Banana, but the bomb is over towards Apps still. Smoke coming out to deny things. Pickles gets burnt alive by Astro. I didn't quite see where that was, but that is a sorry situation for Vexed. And well, Wind and Rain start things off strong. Cray just peeked his head over. I don't think Ozzy saw him there. Just trying to hide away, dodging away from those bullets, playing Neo. Does have a molly to keep on stalling things out, and actually the rotation coming out from Wind and Rain looks like they're going towards the A site.
Ooh, 28 seconds, and a set of flames will slow them down. Rotate comes in from Quicks, but it's only 2 players towards A. Quicks already gets the first. Truth has another incendiary, but he's not deploying it. He's just going to hold his gun out. That being said, he only gets the 1 frag. Quicks, though, only good for 1 on the site as well. So the AWP not exactly in the best of positions. It's another 2v2 retake on towards A. They do have the kits, but they don't have the nades to work with. And Vexed are going to work their way back through apartments. Fry with the AWP is watching A long, so Cray might not expect the peek to come through. If they were to double peek pit, they could be in good shape, but now Cray goes passive. That does allow Ozzy to sneak up, though.
If they want to get the bye for finals, they have to win this round. Wind and Rain with everything on their shoulders, pushing on in. Cray gets one for himself. 2 versus 1. Fry and Cray trying to make it happen, but Vanity turning it into a clutch. No, Cray shuts him down. And it is going to be Wind and Rain getting themselves another round on the board. 10-15 now. Could the comeback happen here? Economy in tatters for Vexed. Wind and Rain still very much on the scoreboard.
Wow. Still need 5 rounds in a row, but the fact that they've broken Vexed money certainly makes it easier. I mean, if they were to lose this round on the Wind and Rain side, that would just be tragic. Only a couple of upgraded pistols for Vexed to work with. Nice little cinematic shot of Banana. We get to see the nades slowly but surely filter through alongside the players pushing forwards. 3 of them, in fact, on Wind and Rain's side, gaining that Banana presence. Looks as though the fights will come in, but Dancy's very quick on the trigger. Gets the first shot through. Vanity up close does only have the P250, and that means he can't do anything either. So there won't be any pistol shenanigans this time. Wind and Rain confidently claim B. That means that Vexed will just be focused on this upcoming round where they should get a bye together. I think their money will be good enough, but they may lack some things in their bye. That's yet to be seen. On the Wind and Rain side, though, they get to save 4 rifles for the time being. Truth has snuck away with an AK, though, so that's a nice little benefit. He even has Kevlar to save alongside that.
Yeah, definitely not the worst situation in the world for him. And you can see Quick's just hiding away, looking for an exit. He's got that USP out. See if he can find anything. No, the answer is going to be him being shut down by Astro. Truth does manage to sneak that AK through into the next round, though. So nice little save from him. Nice little keeper. And well, 4-round difference. Money still in favor of Wind and Rain, but this is a possible bye for the side of Vex, and they are going to force this one up. I don't know if force is even the right word. They're going to be able to use quite a bit of utility here as well. This is a very convincing buy from Vexed. And with the loss bonus, it's only going to get better and better with every single round. They just need a singular round on the board, and they will be able to walk away with this one. The Wind and Rain trying desperately to keep their dreams of a bye alive.
Yeah, this game's starting to really heat up now as we head into the last few rounds. The flash comes in. Fry gets both kills. They don't expect him to be so close to the smoke. The flash was not designed to blind him up, so that means he takes them both down. And now Quicks has a lot to do in this position. I don't think they know he is here. That being said, Fry is also alone, and he is making noise. Quicks should be able to get this kill almost every time. Now goes for the peek, just about wins the fight, surviving on 22 HP. In the meantime, though, Wind and Rain are positioning elsewhere. Over towards A, they have a fair few players stacked. Pickles and Truth, though, have full HP on the hold and incendiaries left to deploy, so it's not impossible, but they need to get that crossfire going.
Quick saying, anything you can do, I can do better, with the jack-in-the-box play onto Fry there. Astro wants to go for this peak. You can feel it in his movements, but not quite going to go for that until his teammates arrive. But it's Astro to get another headshot. This is looking fantastic right now for the side of Wind and Rain. Quicks goes down as well. Pickles will drop. And it's another one on the board. The Wind and Rain pain train is leaving the station. And Vexed, honestly, looking vexed.
Yeah, Truth has brought down to 1,500. They invest quite a lot into this round. Kevlar and pistols on a fair few players. They have got the 5 smokes as well. That could come into consideration if Wind and Rain take this round slowly. And quite often you will see the T-side take rounds like these ones slowly because they don't want to get caught off guard by the CZs. So if those smokes are held onto for the late round, that could allow Vexed to hold Wind and Rain off. You can already see none of those smokes being used by Vexed, and Wind and Rain also not going to be going for any early aggression. So if Vexed have the nerve to hold on to those smokes for the last sort of 30 or so seconds, They could very well still be able to hold off the push, especially because they still have 5 of the smokes. They can deploy a few of them early and then try and hold a few for the end of the round. And I think that's definitely worth the risk here, because if you have the smoke right at the end, then you can very well hold off the push. Already though, Quicks gets a 1-for-1 and a free AK.
Quicks has been so good across the course of this game, and that could be the difference maker. Ozzy gets one as well. This could be the round as Vanity chimes in with 2. This could be the end for Wind and Rain, and it will be as well. Ozzy stepping up in the last round, and Vex do manage to get the victory in the end. A valiant effort for Wind and Rain there to try and stop the train, to try and get themselves back towards overtime, but